Hello, my friends. Today we're talking about the niche. It's a topic that I struggled with myself for many years, and it took me now 3 years to finally break through the concept of what niching down actually should stand for. That's what I'm going to teach you today with my 3P framework, the 3P not framework. But before we get there, we need to cover why I struggle so much with it. And that has mainly to do with false beliefs around the understanding of the niche. I've struggled with this 3 years, and I think now I had a breakthrough that I want to share with you. So what are the main false beliefs that we have to cover? That's pretty much, let's move the camera up here. Number one is your niche is your topic. So what does that mean? It's often said, like if you watch a lot of videos about how to start on YouTube, how to start your business, how to start a personal brand, influencer, all of that stuff, it's often the advice to pick a niche topic, that you become the expert of this specific topic. While that generally works, and I've seen it often again, it has a strong downfall because you're just talking about a topic, and that's pretty one-sided. Now the other side is your interests. You become the niche of one. That's what often is said nowadays, that you need to share your experiences, what you're going through, with the questions you're wondering about. While I think that that's an interesting idea, it's still keeping the core problem alive, which the core false belief is that that's all about you. That's what you believe, because that's what you do here. It's your niche, it's your niche, it's your topic, it's your interest, it's all about you. And that's the core, at the core, the wrong belief, because it's all about you. That's the wrong belief. So what it has to be instead is, hey, no, not this. What it needs to be instead is all about the others. That's what it's about, and that's what it should be about. So now the question is, how do we do it all about the others when it's our channel? This is where we'll dive into now, and that's what I'm excited to share with you, because it took me over 3 years to finally dive through and get an understanding of it. So this is where the 3P framework, 3P knot framework comes in. If you're familiar with the Celtic knot, it's the never-ending knot that doesn't have a beginning, it doesn't have an end. So it's pretty interesting concept, like it's an art form. So here you see now we have 4 empty spaces. In the middle it's you, because the channel is yours. So you are doing it, you're talking about it, you're actually the one taking actions in the beginning. So you are part of it. But there are 3 P's that are making the difference. It's the person, the problem, and the product or program in that matter. The difference is product or service oriented, but that's where like the P's can be interchanged here. What does that mean though? That means you're focusing on one person, one problem, and one product, which in essence is again how you start your your startup or your side hustle the best too, which is kind of funny. But like if you really dive deep into this, then that will make a difference. So why does that matter, and why does that make such a big difference? Because it works. The first thing is, if you connect to people, you can help them, and you transform them. So that's the 3 P's in action. So you connect to a person, you help with a problem, and you transform through a product or service. Those are the 3 options you have. And why do you need those 3? Because you need to build trust. and trust is built when you connect. You need to build beliefs that you can actually, the belief that you can help, which that's this one. And when they believe that you can help, they also, that makes the transformation so much easier. And when you transform them, this makes them loyal, which in essence builds more trust, builds deeper connection, builds a deeper relationship. And all that about you. And this is what my channel is about. Like, I'm so focused on these 3 aspects. That's why I put my name in the middle. That's what I stand for. So if you like that, subscribe to the channel, follow me. Yeah, I'm about to leave more and more on the table here. So how does that look like now for myself? I focus on entrepreneurs. That's who I talk to. The marketing is the problem because most entrepreneurs struggle doing marketing. So that's my expertise. And then how do I transform? I transform with the personal media company. That's specifically what I do, what I offer. That's the transformation that I can take you on to turn your personal brand into a personal media company. So those are the 3 areas that I cover in my topics, in my conversations, in my social media, in my content, everywhere I go. Those are the 3 topics and fields that I talk about. So how do you find that? Ask yourself, what is the topic interest of you that you won't stop talking about? What have you done that you have a decent experience in and you're committed to? That's your problem. This is similar to topic, but it's problem oriented because you're solving it later on. So that's the difference between topic and problem. It's a slight differentiation, but it's a bit of a different framing of it. For the person, who are you loving to help also when you're not getting paid? This is the person that you will talk to constantly, that you will have fun talking to, that you will have fun helping. And so that's where entrepreneurs come in for me. And then the last question of it is, who are you going to help this person transform? Or how are you doing it? It's with this problem, how are you going to turn your expertise in that field to that person into a solution that you can market, and how is that solution different than everybody else's? Because that's the part now. Here you have the superpower to focus on one person and one problem and one solution, which means you can dial it in specifically to that person. You don't need to dial it in to fit to the brand, to the general market. And then when you're done with this, you can dive in deeper. And that's the part where I'll just quickly show how it looks for me. And I'll dive into that deeper in my coaching program, because this is then where we'll actually set up your full framework, your full 3P knot, because that's where it actually comes together. And that's where we'll dive in, creating it for you, making it work and filling it with life so that you know specifically what topics to talk about, what questions to answer, what combinations you should aim for. Because that's where the complete compounding effect of building your personal brand will take place, because this is where it's at. I hope that you enjoyed this video and you'll have fun with the framework. You can rewatch it to take all the notes and steps that you need. And I'll see you in this one here where I'll explain the Fruit Forest framework.